So we've all heard of the horror stories of some of the properties that are being let to students. Some of you have even experienced it firsthand. And I don't think it's right to be taken advantage of just because we're young. Some students have come from abroad and they're on their own and they don't know their rights. They don't know where to turn to and they're afraid of being kicked out if they complain. And that should stop. This is why Creative Legals are keen to help you with this series of awesome videos. Know your rights and stand up for yourself. Simply like and share is a way of saying thank you. So today we discuss your rights to safety and repairs. You are entitled to live in a safe house, so you must know your landlord's safety, responsibilities and what to do if the property is not repaired. And I'm going to list these for you, so get a pen and paper or come back to this video as often as you need to. Your safety is of paramount importance. Learning your UK student rights and responsibilities helps you to avoid being taken advantage of. Landlords have a legal responsibility to protect you as their tenant. Your landlord must keep the property that you live in safe and free from health risks, even during COVID-19. As always, where possible, please work with your landlord to make sure any necessary checks happen safely. The COVID and NHS guidelines must be followed at all times. Please see the link in the description below. So number 1 is gas safety. Your landlord must make sure that the gas equipment that they supply is safely installed and maintained by a gas safety registered engineer. So you must have a registered engineer do an annual gas safety check on each appliance and flue. The landlord must give you a copy of the gas safety check record before you move in, or within 28 days of the check. And if they don't do that, then they could be in breach of the law and Creative Legals can help. Number 2 is electrical safety. Your landlord must make sure that the electrical system is safe and all the appliances that they supply are safe. So your sockets, light fittings, cookers, kettle and microwave and hair dryers must be safe and work. Number 3 is fire safety. If you play with fire, you get burnt. That's what I learned when I was growing up. So this must also apply to landlords as well as tenants. Landlords must follow safety regulations. Landlords must provide a smoke alarm on each storey and a carbon monoxide alarm in any room with a solid fuel burning appliance, for example a coal fire or a wood burning stove. Landlords must check that you have access to escape routes at all times. Landlords must make sure the furniture and the furnishings that they supply are fire safe. Landlords provide fire alarms and extinguishers if the property is a large house in multiple occupation. So how about repairs? Some of the properties that students live in are unbelievable. Some have rats and mice and damp and you wouldn't believe that anyone could live there. That's why it's important for us to know what is right and what is wrong. To know what we can do and what we can't do. Most importantly, to know what landlords must and must not do. So here is what your landlord must do. Your landlord is responsible to repair the structure and the outside of the property, basins, sinks and baths including pipes and drains, heating and hot water, gas appliances, pipes, flues and ventilation, electrical wiring and any damage they cause by attempting repairs. Your landlord is usually responsible for repairing common areas, for example the staircases in blocks of flats. So read your tenancy agreement if you're not sure. So now for your responsibilities. You should only carry out repairs if the tenancy agreement says that you can do that. And you can't be forced to do repairs that are your landlord's responsibility. If you damage another tenant's flat, for example if water leaks into another flat from an overflowing bath, you're responsible for paying those repairs. You're also responsible for paying to put right any damage that's caused by your family and your friends. And if your property needs repairs, you should contact your landlord if you think repairs are needed. Do this straight away for faults that could damage health. For example, faulty electrical wiring. Your landlord should tell you when you should expect these repairs to be done and you should carry on paying your rent while you're waiting. And the coronavirus hasn't changed these rules, so you should work with your landlord to make sure that any urgent repairs happen safely. Follow the NHS guidelines if the repair must happen, and if the repairs are not done, contact the Environmental Health Department at your local council to help. And they must take actions if they think this problem could cause harm to you or create a nuisance for someone else. Contact the Private Rented Housing Panel, PRHP, if you're in Scotland. And if your house is not fit to live in, if you think your home's unsafe, contact Housing Department at your local council. They'll do a Housing, Health and Safety Rating System, HHSRS, assessment and they should take action if they think that your home has serious health and safety hazards. There are different housing standards and procedures in Scotland and Northern Ireland. So I hope you found this helpful. Please like, share and subscribe.